good. I'm going to call the monthly meeting of the Stoughton Redevelopment Authority to order. I'm going to start by making a statement in accordance with Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, which extends the Governor's March 12, 2023 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 29, until March 31st, 2025. This meeting will be conducted both in person and virtually via Google Meets. A recording of the meeting, transcript, or other comprehensive record of the proceeding will be posted on the town's website and SMAC. Times are approximate and items may be taken out of order at the chair's discretion. A recording of the meeting, transcript, or other comprehensive records of the proceedings will be posted on the town's website and SMAC. Times are approximate and items may be taken out of order at the chair's discretion. And now, right now, we've called open to session. Now, roll call of the members.
Motion to open.
Motion to open the meeting.
Okay, roll call of the members.
Second, Roberta, yes.
Bob, yes.
Peter Buckley, also Dawn is with us too, and SMAC. We stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Play ball. Okay. Do we have anybody online that's open now for public comments? Is there anybody online that we see?
Yes. Hi, would you like to say something?
I just wanted to say I was on the line, but I didn't have a public comment. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right, thank you. Anybody else? I saw there was somebody, no, just, okay, we're good. Next one is chairman comments, so chairperson comments. Roberta, do you have any comments?
I don't know if I should talk about, I'll talk about it now. So we were having an issue with the insurance because we got lost, I guess, the Pearl Street, and we were changing the scope of what we're doing business that the building is sitting at. So the insurance went down, I think it was $2,699. So when I looked at
I need to get something for my car. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
We just had a member come in from the public, Roberta.
Okay, and when I noticed that automatic referral had changed, I spoke with the insurance company today, because right now there's about $600 and change paying for that insurance. On March 15th, it will go down to $300 and something. Because like I said, our insurance was cut $2,699.
Which insurance is that, Roberta?
This is on the liability in the building you're at.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, it went up and it went up way too much, and then they rectified it. So we'll be paying half of what we're paying now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's all I have for member chairman comments. Thank you.
Member comments.
Yeah, just wanted to make everyone aware, I'm not sure if everyone is, as far as the public is concerned, that we had a member that resigned, Reggie. So I just wanted to thank him for his service. I don't think we mentioned that in our last meeting. And along with his resignation was a lot more work that needed to be done to kind of pick up, whether it was to go to the bank and update the signatures or a lot of other administrative things, him being the treasurer, talking with retirement. So some of the other things like minutes may have gotten pushed out, and you know, we all need to understand that you know, we're all doing the best that we can, and if need be, sometimes those things need to not be such a priority as far as that's concerned. So I just wanted to give a thank out to Reggie for his service, wish him well, and you know, and we'll address everything else. Then the other thing, I just wanted to update the members in reference to the urban renewal plan. In speaking with the town planner, you know, that whole process as far as the approval is concerned, we had gone to the planning board, it had gotten approved. Then we met with the town, and they had indicated that they'd like us to make some changes We made those changes. And then we were waiting for them to come back to approve the changes that we made. So at that point, that document was in their hands, waiting for their approval. We can't move forward with it until, they dot the i's, cross the t's if there's any questions. So I spoke with the town planner today. So as far as that's concerned, that's with them now. It's not something that's waiting on the SRA to finish. The process for that would be for them to approve it, and then obviously we'd make a meeting with the town manager, and obviously before you can present anything to the select board, it has to go through the town manager. So just wanted to let everyone know that that's where that stands. It is with the town.
Since
And-
September 2024.
Correct. So just wanted to make sure that was clear, that it's with the town, and we've done what we needed to do. And so those were the two things that I just wanted to mention.
Roberta just raised her hand. Roberta?
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback onto Bob. I just want people to be clear that nobody who is sitting on the board today initiated this urban renewal plan, whether you like it or you don't like it. This urban renewal plan was Redevelopment Authority at the time thought it was a good idea. And it was never came from the Board of Selectmen at the time or the town manager at the time. And so whether it was, bottom line is the select board have to okay this. So we're at a point now where the Redevelopment Authority has spent, I think, $100,000 on this urban renewal plan, and it never got the blessing of the town manager or the select board at the time that it was in it. So I think the Redevelopment Authority at the time put the cart before the horse, and we have been carrying it through. And that's all I have to say on that. Thank you.
Okay. I do have one, I'll piggyback on that as well. Is going forward, out of respect for this authority and any other board in this town, if you want the accurate information, come to the board directly, if you want the information firsthand. Everything else is gonna be secondhand, and it's not gonna be correct. That's all I have to add to that.
I know that I must have come in a little late for public comment. May I make one now?
Sure.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Rachel Lazarus. I live at 25 Jordan Drive. I believe I may be the source of some of those pointed comments, and I actually am not sure if it's clear to the town and the select board that this has been passed on, because the last time,
Can I stop there with your
Yes.
comments? They know,
they know?
they know,
Because they have told me that it's the SRAs.
they know.
All right. So the last time that this came up in the minutes prior to this meeting, Mr. Desmond requested to finish the URP so it could be turned over to the town. Chair Roberta Harback noted that the project has cost over $100K and is not willing to spend another $75K. A motion to deny funding for moving the URP through the MEPA process passed unanimously. And that's the end of it from my perspective as someone who read the minutes for all of these meetings. What happened then?
She just explained to you where it is, and Bobby explained, whoever. It is now in the town's hand. We've
So
done
you
everything
have
we have.
officially submitted it? Like you have
To who?
to the, let's see.
Town
So
planner had it, town manager has seen it, town planner has, am I mistaken, did he approve it
Did-
or gave his blessing on it?
So just to clarify that, yes, and so just so you know that when we started this out, and like Roberta had indicated, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but the approval process was in place, and then up until that point where we spent about $100,000. At that point, we were notified that there would be a new requirement, and that would require anywhere between $75,000 and $100,000 more from the SRA. So we've done our homework. We've implemented the plan. We've passed it off to the town, and we had a meeting with the town, and we told them, hey, this is what we've done. In order for this to go through the finish line, and the town wants to utilize it, then the town would pay for the additional
The filing fee, it's a filing fee.
Yes, but have you actually, my question here, because it didn't seem like it from the minutes, and I'm happy to be corrected, is, did you officially, like, make a motion to pass it on to the select board or the town manager, whoever you think should be
I'll
receiving
have to
it?
look at the minutes too.
I did
That
not
was a while ago.
Yes,
I don't know.
no. I agree that it was a while ago. I just looked over this. And
Okay.
I did not see a motion to do that officially. That might be the piece that they're waiting for.
No, let me
No.
say,
All right.
can I say something here?
Sure.
As we stand, it's still with the planning board. We can't make a motion to pass it any further until we get it approved, one step at a time. So why would we make a motion to send it to the town manager when the planner hasn't approved it?
Because that way it would be off your backs and on the planning board's backs.
Because
That's not the process though.
Well,
Right.
that would be the answer to what she said in that description.
It's not the process. Is that what you're saying on that? It has to go, it's ready for a filing fee. This comes from the state.
Mm-hmm.
So the planner has it, we're waiting for those. We've been put back to the planner. I don't even know the date at this point. I have to look at the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
where
we
it
sent it
sits.
September 2024.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just to, clarify that, we did go in front of the planning board, and the planning board did approve it.
Yes.
Then from there, this next step is to have a meeting with the town, which we did. And at that meeting, the town came back and said, hey, you need to make these specific changes, which we did, which was an additional cost for the SRA, anywhere between $15,000 and $20,000 to make the changes they requested. We presented it to them, and we said, here, we need your sign off. We can't go anywhere, we can't give it to a planning board, we can't give it to a town manager, we can't give it to a select board. It's a process that we have to go through. So it is with the town, and the people that were involved in that meeting, Pam McCarthy, Mark, town planner, they're gonna need to go through and get their approval. Once they get the approval, then we can make a meeting with the town manager, because nothing gets in front of the select board unless it's approved. So it's been in their hands for September, we're in March, 6 months, and that's where that stands. So point of clarification, it's not with the SRA, and we can't go any further until we have town approval. So just want to.
If you are waiting on town approval for 5 or 6
Second of all, on this,
can
I'm
I-
going to interrupt for 1 second. We have a ton of stuff to do tonight.
Yes, and
So I'm
that-
going to cut this debate in 1 minute.
I am making a public comment, sir.
I can cut that off as well.
Yes, you can.
Okay, and that's what I'm
And
going to do.
That is what you want. What I have
You got
heard
one
from
more
people,
minute, so just
what
go
I
ahead.
have heard from people in this town, and whoever is the next appointee to the SRA, they have said that the top priority is untabling the urban renewal plan, making sure that it gets that.
It's news to us, by the way.
Well, you might have wanted to watch the
Okay. I
candidate
did watch it.
forum.
Second of all, I'm making a comment. We're not going to use this forum as a campaign platform.
not.
I am cutting the
I am
debate
not.
off for the discussion
I
right now.
wanted to ask.
Enough of the discussion.
No, I actually have a question,
Please,
please.
no,
You have-
you had it, you did it. This is now becoming more than it should
No,
be.
I just wanted to ask what happened to the StoughtonRedevelopment.org website.
I have no idea. I don't manage it.
That's an email that you can send to Donna and get a
Exactly.
response.
It has
That's not
nothing to do
something you
with
need
this.
to bring up at a meeting.
So that's,
You know?
again, you're going on a campaign platform.
No, I'm
here.
not.
We're not in the debate, and the discussion for this topic is ended. We're going to go to the next agenda.
All
item.
right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Consent agenda. Anybody?
I don't have in front of me the last meeting to approve the minutes. I don't have the date, so I don't want to make that motion.
Well, we tabled, yes, Peter has the minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You have the date?
Oh, yes, the minutes right here for the open session meeting would be February 6th.
Right.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept the February 6th, 2025 minutes.
Second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Roberta?
Robert,
Okay. Unanimous. Paid bills.
no questions.
Okay. Bonnie, anything?
No, I think My only question was on the insurance, and I think you had addressed that earlier, so no, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I got nothing on that. Do we have unpaid bills? Did we?
Just my
Just the
invoice.
one? Okay.
We do discuss the real estate bill, but that's not due till May. We discuss it later.
Okay.
So you have to vote on my bill.
On yours? Yeah. So the paid bills, we're gonna do this all in one, or are we just gonna accept the consent agenda as a whole? It would be easy if we just did it as a whole, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second, Roberta.
All in favor? Aye. So it's passed. There we go. Unanimous. I heard you.
Okay.
Okay, we did. What we did. Financial review.
The post office box, I thought we were gonna hold off on for a while unless Donna found, a smaller post office box.
The smallest one is there in the packet, and I was asked to find out the price online, which is why I included that.
What is your guys' thoughts on the post office box? You think it's needed, or do we just use the people now and move it to town hall? What's you guys' thoughts?
I was thinking town hall, but I didn't know if we did any type of, update as far as, I know we used to have one up by the select boards.
We still do.
Okay, we still do?
Yes.
Okay.
And Donna, what stuff do we actually get mailed to us?
I mean, we will need to get checks in the near future mailed to us. So that means that they would go to that box.
At the town hall?
Yeah.
Other than that, the bills are paid.
We do get the National Grid bill.
Which we won't have. Eventually.
We use the
Eventually.
box in the town hall? If they were allowed to, right?
Yeah. Do we need to correspond with them or let them know or?
No, it's still labeled SRA.
Okay.
Just put it in?
Yeah. I think we could probably start updating some of the, again, just a suggestion, and get there. I think did you have a prior concern with that, Dawn, or something, or?
Just our mail was being opened.
Okay.
But if you want to make a motion to authorize me to start contacting places to change our mailing address, the bank would also have to be contacted.
Yeah.
It would have to be done as a matter of protocol anyways, right? So do we need a vote for that?
I would think we'd need a vote, but I'm just looking for some feedback from Roberta as far as, I don't have a problem with it. I think it streamlines it and, I don't see any, other than, maybe putting a sign there, please do not open or something to that effect. I just think it's a good resource and, we don't have to get a post office box and have that monthly expense, so. From my perspective, it's a win-win. Anyone else or?
I agree.
I agree.
Okay. So do you want a motion to approve Donna to start changing the address in utilizing the town's address as a future address for the SRA?
I made.
Okay.
Second, you second?
I made it. I think she seconded it.
Okay, oh, you
Oh,
did second,
second.
okay. All in favor is aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Roberta, will
So be
you
it.
let John Russell know?
Yes, I will.
Right, that was just the first one, right? Directors and officers insurance.
That's probably what I explained at the beginning.
It is,
So-
that's the one, okay. I know there was two of them. We have a general liability and an officers,
This is the,
directors and officers insurance.
right here.
Okay.
Oh,
We have it, we have it here in the office. It was in the meeting packet.
Yeah, it's due up in May.
Yeah,
I would just say follow suit, carry on with the same company.
no issues with them or anything?
I don't think we do.
Okay.
I would need help on this form. I filled it out as far as I can go, but, it's asking for like assets and,
Yeah, we can help you with that, we can help you get
Okay.
that filled in.
cause that's only to get the price quote, so we need to get it in ASAP.
All right, is someone gonna be able to help Donna?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I suggest you.
Okay, letter to remove member from bank account. Do you need a vote? We can, understandably why.
Right, I guess, yeah, I don't know if we need a letter. Did we need a letter, Bob Desmond, for this? Or were you able to just go? Because I believe Reggie tried to go on his own and they said he couldn't.
That's correct.
Yeah, we need a letter,
Okay.
Okay,
yeah, on letterhead. I mean, Don, if you wanna type it up or something and.
I can type it up, but I can't sign it.
No,
Right,
it's fine.
yeah, and I'll,
just type
if
it up.
you type it up, I'll go there.
Okay,
And so we would remove, Reggie from the CD and also from the other accounts as well.
correct.
Okay. With that being said as well, do we want to reach out to the retirement account and to let them know as well?
Probably. And you know what, Bob, I was thinking that we should probably have them next month
Okay,
because we've been kind of pushing them off over
okay,
the winter. I mean, I probably should have mentioned it in my comments.
okay.
Donna, do you think you could try to get them for our next meeting or the prior meeting after either the April or the May meeting?
sure, I can do that. And, we will have to have them in person, cause we can't do a hybrid meeting.
Correct. Whatever one works, I would say.
Okay, and I can write the letter for Bartholomew, but again, it has to be from, I think, you, Bob, because you're the only one that has the power on that account
Okay,
to sign it.
sure, yeah. I mean, I probably might just give her a call too. I think I have her number when Reggie went out the first time and I had to kind of jump in there. So I'll just say, you know, we're gonna send a letter, we're gonna have you here, you know, dot the i's, cross the t's, make sure that, you know, if there's anything that we need to do.
All right, nothing else. Motion, I'll entertain the motion to accept the finance review.
The one that we received from the
No, that's the item, number 5, just
Okay.
the whole thing that we just went over.
post office directors and then for, yep, motion, I'll second that.
Okay.
I,
Aye,
Aye,
good. Resignation and request for joint meeting with select board. On this one too, I just want to add on to what Bobby said at the beginning of the meeting, is that it's gonna be a big loss having Reggie not on the board anymore. I didn't have much time to work with Reggie, but I know his wealth of information and his experience is gonna be sorely missed on this authority. And I do wish him the best in health and everything else. And going forward, that if he has any question, anything, he's always welcome at this board. So I just wanted to add that one.
I'll take this one, Peter.
Sure.
So Reggie Nunnally, who sat on the board, as we all know, for 4 years, has resigned. Like you say, great guy, wish him the best of health and best of luck. So his seat expires next April of 2026. And since he resigned prior to anybody being able to pull papers for that second slot, we will have to have a joint meeting with the select board to appoint somebody for that 1-year term. In the same way we did a year ago for Lisa Lyons. She filled Andrew Ward's slot, which is now open now for a 2-year term. So we will get somebody in for short time. Hopefully somebody will want to apply for the position. So I will need to send Chairman KV a letter. And while I'm on that, I want to thank Lisa Lyons for filling in. She saved us from, kept it up so we could have quorums and we could continue to have meetings. which was great. I appreciate what she did. Also on this letter, I would like to add to the select board, when we talked to the town planner last month regarding the housing next to the Council on Aging, I don't know if it's doable, but I would like to, while we're there picking somebody new for the board, that we also could discuss the senior housing project at the same time. Since we're already there, might as well have us on to discuss that also, because it's not just the planner that would have to talk about things and how to finagle the bagel there. We would also have to, if the selectmen don't approve what we want to do, there's no need for us to spend any money on engineering to do something that will not be accepted by the select board. Are you guys okay with that?
I'm all right with it.
Sure, yep. It's either,
Because I have back from the planner about getting in front of them, and it's been a month, and I understand, he said we probably couldn't get on their next meeting, but I guess maybe I don't know if I should reach out to the planner or just go do it with the select board. Do we waste our time with the planning board if the selectmen don't like the idea? What are you guys' thoughts?
I don't know.
I mean, I think that the game plan, he kind of outlined the steps or the process that we need to go through in order to, and I think one of them was going to town meeting and changing the codes as far as the building requirements, because I think there's something on there now that only the housing authority can do senior housing. So, I mean, I from a high level, sure, let's have a conversation and say this is, and, what do you think? And, absolutely, communicate, say what you want to say and see if it gets some traction and if it's worth moving forward. So I would think it'd be a good idea, so.
If that's true, Bobby, then how do the other developments in this town get in? Like, say, West Stoughton Village, Keith Properties in North Stoughton, those were all elderly. It's a mix, but they're under the programs and it's elderly in there, and that was one of the requirements to going in.
I don't know if it's public and private. That's a private entity for again, I don't know the clarification for it. When he said that, it kind of took me, I wasn't aware of that at the time when he said it, so, but yeah, it's probably something we could follow up, but I don't want to get rolling on this and find that, they've got other plans for that property or, something else, so it'd be good to have a high-level conversation and say this is what we're trying to do, and, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess we'll ask both, whoever will see us first, we're gonna have to see both irregardless.
Yep.
Town manager seemed to like the idea. Bob, I think you were with me when we discussed it, weren't you?
Yes, yep.
So, but
Bless you.
everything has to go through channels.
Correct.
All right.
So just to go back to number 6 here, just to clarify that the position that's going to be filled in the April election is a 2-year term. That's Andrews for up until 2027.
Correct.
Once that's done, after the election,
Goes to 5 years. After the 2 years, you mean?
well, I mean, the position that should be filled, whoever's going to be filling that would be to 2027.
Correct.
Right.
And then, so we're still missing one person.
No, so this is how it works. Reggie's position isn't up until 2026.
Right,
So it will be a year from April.
right.
So
Yeah.
the person won't even serve a year. The
Right.
position, Andrew/Lisa's position, is for a 2-year term.
Right,
Development authorities are 5-year terms.
right. So, in order to get Reggie's position, obviously the election will take care of Andrews through 2027, and then to get Reggie's, we're gonna have to meet with,
It's a joint meeting, yeah.
joint meeting,
Correct.
At what point can we do that? Can we do that? Can we schedule that for next?
Yeah, that's why I'm going to write Mr. Cavey tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, the sooner the better, I agree with you.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to get.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about the housing next to the Council on Aging. I figured while we're there, we might as well try to get both things accomplished.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so technically, if we have that meeting,
Prior to the election.
prior to the election, no, because we don't meet until, the 8th, I think, is that? Oh, no,
That's the
we're the
date
second,
on,
We have to
Well, I-
advertise it too.
yeah,
Right.
the select board will advertise it.
okay,
A joint appointment and ask for people, so you have to give people a few weeks to apply, then they
Yeah.
have to set it up.
okay,
Talking June,
okay,
if, you know, May if we're lucky.
okay,
So the person will be a short timer unless they decide they want to rerun. You know, that would be on them to decide.
okay. So the sooner the better as far as that's, because the
Right.
process is gonna, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right, good with that?
Okay. All set? Okay.
All set, thanks.
Going to number 7, Perry Street.
Okay, so, at the point with Perry Street, we have decided to sell the property. We now have to find a commercial appraiser to appraise the property. So you have to find out its value
Yep.
before you
Yep.
market licensed commercial real estate appraiser. I don't know if Bob found anybody. We're all been kind of asking around if we know anybody. There's no one local. That's the problem, which would be nice.
Yeah, I reached out to a few people and haven't heard back, but I do know, of one. So, once I hear from that individual, we can certainly, get the ball rolling as far as the appraisal is concerned. Excuse me.
Right.
Yeah,
The appraisal is done. We will have to do an RFP for a realtor.
okay,
It's not just like you and I selling our home. We have to go through a process.
process. Okay,
So once we get the appraisal done, so I think we should leave it at this then, or make a motion on this. Because we don't meet for another month. If Bob gets finds an appraiser, since Peter and I don't have anybody.
We can't, can I this is a point of order question. This is not on the agenda, so I don't think we should be taking a vote on it. The sale of the property is not on the agenda. It has to be on the agenda. Just a point of order and for the open meeting law sake. I agree with you, but I don't think it can be voted on tonight.
But to vote for an appraisal,
It's not on the agenda.
isn't Perry Street part of,
But you've outlined it with A and B, and that's not part of it. So I'm just going by,
okay,
I'm going by the
just,
process.
it's just another month before then we can hire the appraiser. I guess that wasn't done properly. Okay. All right, that's all I have on that. I guess I should have voted.
That's all right. No, it's fine. But it's, I'm just doing it as, like I said, a point of order.
Yeah.
Tax exemption request and pilot program.
I just wanted to say that the pilot program, from the assessor's office is in the packet for members to review, and the assessor's office is looking for an answer. So I know we'll be discussing that later, but I'm just letting people know that they do want an answer relatively soon.
Okay.
okay,
Well, go ahead.
And the real estate taxes, they're not due until May, but we would have to vote on whether we're paying them in full or not.
okay. So I guess we could probably have a further discussion with that.
We can hold that till the next meeting, but I know sometimes, things come up, so I didn't know if you wanted to take a vote tonight on that or if you want to wait.
We have the time. I think we wait and ponder, like Bobby said,
Okay.
and get a couple. I have a couple of questions, but it's not appropriate for right now.
Yeah, that's what I was,
Okay.
that's not to say we couldn't finish that tonight, but, yeah, I got some questions that we'll we'll ask it at a different time.
All right, real estate tax, well, we already went through it, due in May of, in this May,
Yeah.
Right,
okay.
So you'll be looking for instructions as to whether to pay the whole bill and
right.
nothing but the bill, so help you God. All right, that's fine.
You're now a law.
Yeah.
The selection of the accounting firm,
Yeah.
you asked me at the last meeting to reach out to local redevelopment authorities to find out who they use. I did reach out to Taunton, Brockton, Plymouth, and Weymouth. Only Taunton responded, and they said that the town handles their finances.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah.
Because we're on that same auspice. The housing authority also has a fee account that they hire outside of that. It might be worth it to check out who they use and if they can take on new clients, because they can do both, I believe, housing and redevelopment authorities.
That's a good idea.
I know they've had the same one when I was on the board there years ago. It was the same guy through the whole, I was on the board for 14 years, so it was the same guy through the whole thing. So, I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's a good, he's good.
Okay,
Basically.
I've already reached out to them in the past, so I have their email if you.
Oh, the housing authority?
Yes,
Oh,
if
so
you
if
like.
they didn't get back to you, that's, yeah. all right.
No, I reached out to them regarding the pilot project,
Uh-huh.
program, so I can reach out to them
Oh, perfect.
as well.
All right. It was just, like I said, they, instead of trying to recreate the wheel, they're out there, and I know they use them.
But we should probably be reaching out to our current accountant about what she needs.
Can she do this? What do we, all right, so we have one, is she not gonna be our accountant, or is she?
Well, we were talking about getting a new accountant, but generally in May is when we start to write the report that
Yeah.
we turn in to the
Town
housing,
report, yeah,
the
the house.
housing authority. And she starts gathering information from us about this time, like
Okay.
bank statements,
Yeah.
employee invoices. So we would need to reach out to her if we wanna stay with her for this current year.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
The thing is for Peter and Bob is that this report was usually submitted in the past around tax time, April 15th.
All right.
Yeah.
Last year, it wasn't done until December.
By our firm, by the person that we hired?
Yes,
Okay,
so it's
okay.
not like you get penalized or anything like that,
Right.
but it took way too long. It just took too long. So, my,
I'll go along with you guys wanna do on that one. That's, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
it was more timely,
Yeah.
I think that's the way we should go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's
Yeah,
the way,
so
I
I
mean,
mean-
if you wanna take a vote now or make a motion.
I
okay.
think, Don, if you do, ask the, like you said, ask the housing authority, maybe they utilize someone and we could have a conversation with them. You indicated that the town does the redevelopment for, reporting for.
Taunton.
For Taunton, okay.
Oh,
And she's from,
Taunton
She's from-
runs Stoughton.
that's what I was gonna
So
say.
it might be the same person,
Right.
so, I don't know. It might be the same person, but we don't know.
Well, that was the Taunton Redevelopment Authority. They said the town of Taunton handles
Redevelopment.
their,
My bad,
Right.
okay, yeah, definitely, I would reach out to Stoughton and see who they use.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but like I said, he was good, and on the annual meetings when we had him, he brought Chinese food, so.
okay. I will do that this week.
All right, so that, we're not taking a vote, correct? Are we gonna do that, or
No.
just to reach out to them and find, then we'll take a vote at that point?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do a little bit more, unfortunately, research or,
very good. Okay, vote to approve the executive session minutes tabled on February 6, 2025 meeting, and to approve the February 6, 2025 executive session minutes. Has everybody had a chance to
yes.
review those? Roberta?
I'll make a motion to approve the January 8th, 2025 executive session minutes and to approve the February 6th, 2025 executive session minutes.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Good. Action item list. Oh, where is it?
It should be the last page.
There it is.
I know, I only have 2 of 2 on what I'm looking at, but I know it's there somewhere.
Oh, is it?
Anybody have it
I have it.
in front of them? Is there anything that whoever has it, can they see what we need or we didn't do?
Well,
It's all Donna's name.
most of it's mine, but Bob was agreed to look for a new account, and we just discussed that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roberta, yours was agree to contact Fran to see if the SRA needs to obtain 3 CPA bids.
No, so what I talked about, what I was cut off about, yeah, about the appraisal and stuff, yes, I contacted Fran. I have all the information we need to move forward.
Okay.
Okay, it also has that you would agree to contact Fran regarding the need to get 3 snow removal bids. Just like,
How much are they charging them?
well, the person that I had was, for the emergency situation,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
150 for 4 inches.
Do we have to go out to bid if it's under 10 grand? Even for the whole season?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think we do. If we don't, then let's not, we'll just whoever is the, basically we'll go with the cheapest, I mean, if we have to. And whoever-
Well, hopefully we don't need to utilize anyone.
Well, this is point, this is if we do, you're right,
Yeah.
good point.
Right, and then Mr. Roth said that he was gonna reach out to the SRA regarding getting us on the planning board agenda, and as you said, we haven't heard yet.
So there it is. I'm just waiting
So
for
that's the
end of
action
meeting,
item
so we got
list.
an answer. All right, action item list. All right, 11. Okay, are we,
You need a motion.
yeah, I don't know. It's cleverly worded, I guess. All right, so the first one, all right, we'll go, first one on this one, on number 11, is the lease for 100 Page Street. What are we adding on that?
It's an executive session, I believe.
It wasn't, it was on the regular session agenda,
No, it's,
number 11.
yeah, but it says, oh, that's executive session, to consider the possible
Of
acquisition.
property exchange.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's all I got on the agenda. If anybody, we're gonna go into the executive session, I will entertain that motion to come out of public and go into executive session.
You gotta state the reason, Peter.
Why don't you, as the chair?
I don't have it in
It
front of
says to
me.
consider the possible.
All right, to consider the possible acquisition of property for the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of property if the chair decides that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the public body pursuant to MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A6.
Second, approve.
Go. Then we can now adjourn this regular meeting of the Stoughton Redevelopment Authority.